Hi, everybody. Philip Lunn here. We're live again. I'm here with Christian Braun. Say hi, Christian.
Yes, I'm here again. Hi, guys.
Welcome to Image Chat number three. This is our third week, third installment, and we're excited to be back, sharing a few more things. We've had a very busy week, lots going on in the world of AI this week, as in many weeks, and we thought we'd do things a little different this week, not spending a lot of time on the product itself, but sort of talking about some of the projects that we've been working on, some of the things, use cases we're finding, and discuss maybe something about AI. Because I read this article this morning, and I was talking to Chris about it. What do you make of this thing? It was shared to me by a colleague who, and it's basically about OpenAI's Sora app and what effect that's having on the world and how AI is perceived because of Sora. Have you seen Sora, Chris?
Yeah, I saw so. Yeah, I saw all the clips, going around, and you get every day so many Sora clips, and yeah, but it's not just about Sora. I think it's always a good step if you get something new in your hands. It's about I think a lot of people thinking AI is just mixing up stuff which was there before. So it's like a little bit, can you really create new stuff with AI? This is a little bit when people have not so much information, they're not so deep inside the tech, so it's hard to understand what AI is doing, so
Yeah.
it was
Yeah. So
always
we've
hard
been
for me.
working with it over the last 2 years, right? So we've been deeply involved with learning about it, understanding it, digging into it. Like, what is this new thing that is so, this real revolution, right? It's a completely different way of working and a different way of thinking. And we're building this intelligent machine. And so when you have a company like OpenAI that has, 800 million users around the world, and they put an app out like Sora, it's sort of already prompted, right? So the work of the prompt of the creative part is already sort of done for you on the back end. So what it produces is sort of similar, I think. It's sort of, and you can only take so much of these similarity, right? It's like, where is the variation? Can AI really generate new things? I think, is that the question?
It's also cool to have all these shots and the small videos, see now around, and it's really fun sometimes to see. But after a while, you get used to it, and then you think, okay, yeah, it's another Sora clip, But the technology behind it, it's great. I mean, what you can do, it's unbelievable, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's remarkable.
But
Yeah.
how does it come to the society? How people will use it in the future? And also today, if you don't use it today, when will you use it? I mean, that's the next question. But so many people are so far away from this technology, they can't use it right now because they don't think about it. So
Yeah,
they have
yeah.
their daily life, and it's even hard if you work in a company, you have your pipeline running, all your setups are done, and then you have to integrate a small new piece, it makes you always like, oh, should I really do it or not? Maybe I destroy something, maybe not. Get I really faster or not? But this is so disruptive now. You have to do it.
Yeah. I mean, but it is kind of crazy, right? So the amount of change this is, and I just hope that it doesn't end up people rejecting AI because of they see it as it's just more, you know, uh, eh, you know, uh, so AI slop, as it's been called, that you get a stream of funny videos. They're all great and they're funny, but I would hope that all this amazing technology doesn't add up to that. So we're trying to make useful applications of it where it can actually help you in your business and help you be more creative. I think, Chris, I think I heard you say that, you just talked about it earlier this week when we were talking. This makes me more creative. It certainly helps. I feel more creative using it, because it's enabling me to do things I only imagined before.
Yeah, it's sometimes you push the button and then you wait what happens, and then you are really surprised. Oh yeah, yeah, I didn't thought about this way, So now I can go this way. Now I have a new path. Maybe
Yeah.
it enables you because you are fast. You get new ideas, my opinion at least, and suddenly you have an idea and you do it. Yeah, you don't have to ask people, specialists. You don't have to use different software. You just do it by yourself, and your results are directly in front of you, and you can share it with your friends. And I think it's a different ball game, but it's also hard for a lot of people to use this ball now and make it running, you know. So, but that's why we are doing this show every Thursday now. We want to show some stuff we did over the week, we heard about, and I think it's also very nice with you to chat about this general AI thing, you know, because it's like coming in every area of the society. It's not just creativity, it's also medicine, it's every area,
every
financial
single one.
stuff, you know, everywhere. And I
I use
think as a
use it
company,
use it 3, 4 times, besides using it for images, I use it for other things at surprising times. I just had a big legal agreement I just dropped in there to summarize for me, and I get summaries, and I used it for my daughter's homework last night, her German homework. I had it act as a tutor for talk with her list of words. I mean, it's just the most amazing thing. It's really about how you use it and what you do with it. And that's why, we created this new tool, right? This new image lab thing.
yeah, for teaching is really good. I think so. You can really teach your kids with this really good, and they can also listen and talk to it. And so, and German especially is really hard for English people because of this
Yeah.
hard pronunciation. But also for creative people, it's really interesting. And what we figured out last week, let's start a little
Yeah,
bit
let's
and
show
show some
some
stuff.
stuff here.
Yeah,
That's the most
because
important thing, I
otherwise,
think. We're
should I
gonna
share
show
my
something.
screen first?
We're gonna we're gonna cover, I think today, some product stuff, some fashion, some car, just sort of jumping across the design sort of creative space and show some cool examples.
Yeah, so I start here because I like this example really much. I did this yesterday. I think I made a nice post out of it. And what I did is like I thought about this in Germany. It's called mixer. In English, it's blender. So I thought about, oh, maybe I find something like this. I found a 3D model. I toggled it around. I made a snapshot of the model because I don't have to import a 3D model. I just take the snapshot. And we have this one button solution, cat to image, and I pressed this button, and this was the first result. So just one click, you get this. So this was already amazing, to come from here to here, because I mean, to render a class like this with some water on it, and so it's cool. Yeah, it's good, but it looks a little bit old to me, and I don't know, So it's like, okay, first shot really good, and then I added some fruits, and I said, okay, let's have a display instead of this button down here, which makes it a little bit better. How I did this, I just talked to it, put some strawberries and some blueberries inside, and make a nice display instead of this button, and it's doing it by itself. And then you have something, okay, you can change the material. Good, I started here to work on it, make it black, because I like black personally a lot, So, and yeah, then the juice is ready, so you can just say the juice is ready, and then you put it in the kitchen, and the woman is behind the thing. Okay. So, but then I I did get this idea because maybe I saw something from Jeff Koons, Jeff Koons, this artist, you know him, Philip, huh?
Yeah, it
Philip?
makes balloon things, right?
Yeah, this balloony stuff, and these colors here. And I was really amused about the colors because they're looking really fresh, if you go back, from here, and then suddenly you have this Jeff Koons thing. And then I said, okay, not just taking the color, also imagine the shape a little bit of Jeff Koons, and he gave me this, and I was like, "Wow, this looks cool, yeah, really cool, yeah." I never seen that before, like a blender like this, So from here to here, just by inspiration by Jeff Koons, and we could also inspire by images or so, but in this case, it was this artist.
Yeah.
And then I said, "Okay, maybe it's too much Jeff Koons. Maybe I texture it." I added a texture, and I textured it here like this. And suddenly it has a totally different appearance, And I said, "Oh, that's cool. Can you imagine to have a blender like this at home in your kitchen? Looks somehow cool, So, and then I changed this
And
one from black to silver.
how did you check texture it?
You just choose your texture. You attach the image and say, texture the part of the thing here with this attached image. Done.
Yeah, so there's an attachment button,
Yeah.
and you attach the image, and you in the prompt box, you click voice, you talk to it, you apply the attached image as a texture to the blender, I think, or something like that, right?
Yeah, something like that. Really easy. And then, you have this texture on, and then as a decay, make this silver here, and then, we have this button lifestyle, and I think I did a nice prompt, a woman with 3 kids, and they're all happy about this new blender in the kitchen. Yeah, and this was maybe I don't know how long this took, maybe 10 minutes or so I was here in this result, and but I thought it's good, but the upper part looks a little bit old and stiff, so I said, "Okay, let's add here also Jeff Koons little bit, on the upper part, and then I said, "Okay, yeah, fantastic, put in the kitchen, looks totally different now, much more modern." And then I said, "Okay, maybe, make a nice shot here, and then maybe make this the same shape, but in glass, because I want to see my fruits in the glass here." So, this was my result, and it's here in the kitchen, so and like, you can say the kids and, laughing about stuff, and you have here this glass thing, so and then, I just, did some more
Yeah,
stuff
very
here,
cool.
different kitchen, different
Another
jewels,
one, wow.
yeah, and then I said, "Okay, I would like to have this kind of very modern kitchen." So I describe really and I talk to it, I just talk this modern kitchen, black surfaces and little bit, big windows and so, tack, and you get this fantastic image, and then you can, also make a small animation out of it, so this is a story, this takes you now from a product, from here to here, yeah, 10, 15 minutes, you can also take it longer, but not much, because it's very fast and could be also shorter, so but I like it a lot because you see what I did here, and I think this opens up maybe a little bit the idea that AI is possible to give you inspiration to do different stuff because I never thought about this blender like this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I like it a lot, Maybe we can change a little bit, but you can bring it down. And then what we also before I would like to show you this. This is also cool because before we end this, we can also make from the last of the final image you have, you can make a 3D model out of it, which is quite good. Sometimes you want to print out, sometimes you want to have it like a base volume, and then you have this thing here down here. And
The 3D feature we just added, just a couple of weeks ago, we got it in there. So you actually just take the image, one image, maybe a perspective shot of what you want, and then it generates 2 additional views from that, and then uses all 3 views to generate the 3D model. And the 3D model can be GLB format, OBJ, STL, FBX. And it does a very, very nice job. You can have quads or triangles as well for your 3D model.
yeah, this bike frame here I found online. I texted it in Image Lab and I just put it in the 3D model. And I think it's really cool. I mean, from one image, it makes a nice 3D model. And it's not like finished, but it's a really good base model. And you can bring it in your CAD system, you can change it and so on. And you have a first volume very fast, So it's for me, this is also very interesting. A lot of people like to print out stuff. You could also make something else, you print it out fast. And so I think it's quite interesting to
Or bring it to VR, right? Just
bring it to
bring it
VR.
to your desktop. If you've got a headset on your desktop, you literally can go from a photograph to it, the object sitting on your desk, and you can scale it to be right and get a really good feel of the shapes that you've built in this very highly detailed 3D model.
Yeah, just to bring it to an end here, it's just like from this cat image to this family image, with a different styling, a different form, and everything changed here. Some minutes work, So I think it's really outstanding, including a 3D model and a small animation also, So
Yeah,
that's my
you
example
can
for
actually
today.
localize those images for any location all over the world for different styles of homes, different styles of people, and, you could literally bring it to test marketing and sort of build a landing page, talk about, "Hey, I'm this new introducing this new product," and sort of get the feel of how many people might be interested in such a radically shaped blender, right? So, it's not in not it's not, it looks like a viable shape, right? And texture. It can
For
be
me, it's
made.
like something I would buy if it's possible. I like it so,
Yeah, it's
but
cool,
it's
it's
just
different, right? I mean, I
just
think
a
there's
small example.
opportunity I think there's opportunity in all kinds of areas to do these variations and use these tools to vary products completely, getting inspiration from any, wherever that inspires you. It's really about who inspires you, what artists you know, what style you're excited about. You can bring that creativity into it. Using the words "inspired by" something seems to work very well in the prompt.
For me, it was just very important to show the users today a little bit. It's possible to change shapes, doing something new. And
Yeah.
it's a fantastic, interesting way to do it. It's different than we did this before, but it's very intuitive, and you don't need somebody else to visualize it. And that's my job. I have to get ideas and visualize stuff. I think it's a very nice, attractive way to do it.
Yeah,
But you have also something to show. What did you want to show today?
well, I some time ago, we were talking about how do you get wheels on a car, How can you change the wheels? And it kind of, we tested lots of things and tried this and that, but I think we finally worked out a method. So if you've got an image of a car, and let me I guess I'm gonna share my screen now.
But that's a really good was a really good point, because I think it's over 2 years now the first customer asked us, "Can you, we have maybe 10, 15 different images of cars, but we want to change the wheels because the wheels are not what we want to have and so on. But we don't wanna use other tools. We want to do it in AI or with AI." And I think it's
Exactly.
very interesting to do it. And how do you do
Yeah,
it?
so I'll give an example of how this is done, but let's so this pickup truck, well, it's not pickup truck, it's a Lamborghini, a sport version of the Lamborghini, a sport activity version of the Lamborghini, Urus, it looks like. This was actually created in Image Lab, right, Chris?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I did this in Image Lab, yeah.
So we took a photo of a production Urus and turned it into a pickup truck shape, and it just did a fantastic job of doing that. So it's and the front end, I think, is modified too, right?
Yeah, you can turn your volume in different volumes. You can say, okay, this car now, keep everything like it is, the same design idea and the features. You can be really specific. And then they, okay, at the end, change it into a different volume, like a sedan or touring or whatever. In this case, I wanted to have something like a pickup truck for Lamborghini. And in the front, I said also make it more stand, make it more a little bit aggressive, and change the design by just talking to it. We can also add this area where we can say in this area, so it's really cool. So this was how this image came together after a while. Yeah.
And that's how it worked for the wheels too. So we have I'll show how this works. You have a red box. You click on the box and you shape the box to the area you want to modify, and then you attach an image. Of this case, an image of one of the wheels, and just say replace the wheels with the attached image. And this is what it did. So I got a little crazy and I got a wagon wheel just because I was trying to see, is this really working exactly as I want to. So I tried something crazy and got wagon wheels. So as an example, to say, okay, well, yes, that really did replace the wheels with wagon wheels. And then I found a stone shaped donut thing, and I replaced it with stone donuts. Then airplane wheels, and so you can do anything, and and it's kind of interesting, You can essentially, it doesn't matter which angle the car's at, and you can just put a box in the area you want to change and change the wheels. So
And it's doing
it's
it on both sides.
super
Oh, I
fun.
see. On both sides at the same time. So left and
Yeah,
right.
it changes the wheels completely. So let's bring up the original image here somewhere if I can find it. As you can see, we
Wow.
have many images. Yeah. Um, let's do this one right here. Okay, so now I'm editing the image here, and this button, right, let me attach a wheel here somewhere. Let me grab a wheel. Hopefully I've got one handy. Uh,
So you just take an image of a wheel from another car or from a supplier or somewhere and
yep,
attach it.
that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah,
So you
should have
still
had
have
my
to
wheel ready to
do
go, but I
something by
don't.
yourself, huh?
What's that?
you still have to do something by yourself, you know. So
Yeah, you gotta go find a wheel, so, let me just find a wheel here, which I
we should develop a software where you can just talk to it and say, I need 10 different
need a
wheels
wheel?
now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
attach
So,
please.
here we go, I found a wheel here, coming soon. Okay, I've got a wheel. Save image as. Save, here is a, Fox wheel. Okay, so now I go to here, and now I'm gonna make let me attach the image down here. Attach. Here's my wheel picture. There it is. I've got a wheel in there,
Here it
and then
is.
I'm gonna
Okay.
make this selected area. So it pops up a red box. I just extend this down here around the wheels, like so, and the prompt, put the attached image. Oh, wait, no, I don't want that. I wanna say, oh, hang on one second. I wanna say, replace the wheels with the attached. Send. That's it. Replace the wheels with the attached. And, it goes away and does its little crunching away, and fingers crossed it'll deliver back the, uh, the wheel properly. There we go. Okay, yes, fantastic, success. So there we go. So I've just replaced the wheels with this, image attached, and, you can now switch back between the 2
Can you
designs.
now change also the background of the car, bring it to in a desert or so? Do we have this car seen presets, or can you show this quick?
Yeah, we've got some fantastic presets down here. I think, well, let's go to, I'm gonna click on the car thing here, and then, we have a desert somewhere. One of
I've
the new
checked
things we just
the
added
typical
actually is if
Sahara
you
Desert was so Sahara Desert.
Sahara Desert?
Yeah, here, this one.
Right
This is
here, okay,
cool,
there
yeah.
you go. So I hit we just added this favorites panel here, so you can actually drag the buttons up from the favorites and add them to your favorites panel, or if you have a prompt that you've used over and over, you can create a new button, and it'll get saved in the favorites. So, buttons that you use often, you can, sort of build your own panel. There it is in the Sahara Desert.
But that's very powerful. So you have a nice prompt, you know, because sometimes you make a really long prompt and a nice one, but you don't want to lose it. So you
Exactly,
just click on
exactly.
say, just show it where it is. So you can click on save prompt
Right here, the save
right
prompt, yeah.
here, save prompt, and then you get a button in the favorites, and you can name it, and then you have this prompt saved, which is very powerful for the work because then you can just grab it again. You know,
Desert
good,
with camels just appeared in my favorites panel. So,
perfect, good. Okay,
yeah, it's
good.
really cool. Yeah, and I think, Chris, you told me you were doing something with fashion, right? With some, playing with with ideas in that area, because that's the amazing thing about this is that you can actually jump genres very easily from one area, products, cars, fashion. You can mix those things together. You can really explore anything in your imagination. And we have a saying, imagination is your limitation at this point. The technical skill level is sort of reduced. It's do you have this creative idea, this vision that you want to bring to life, and you can now do that.
Yeah, we could
So what were
also
you
say
doing with fashion, Chris?
imagination is your expertise a little bit, but it's really like what is in your head you can bring now and visualize it. You know, and that's maybe the main point. And it's not just editing images; it's much more. It's from really moving sketch to a video or make a 3D or make a new product with new shape. You know, so you can there's for me there's right now I don't see a limit, and I have the feeling we just still scratching on the surface. There's much
Yeah.
more underneath we have to develop. Yeah, yeah. But I did something cool for fashion. Yeah, so fashion is really cool. So I will share my screen here. Let me see. And I have here some. Here's my stuff I did today in the morning. I think so. And I was starting here. I think I was starting with some graphics, you know, the fashion. So I changed the graphics. You can also change graphics here. Just go in full screen now and show you what I did. And I said, okay. And then I just talked it and say, now I want to have the woman wearing a shirt, and there must be the graphic on the shirt. You know, so it's one click from here to here. Yeah, which is okay. Yeah, it's hard to do normally, but it's doing it. And then I said, okay, yeah, nice, but maybe DPX Image Lab looks better, so I just changed the graphics. I attached again an image with DPX Image Lab, and boom, it was on the shirt. But for me, it looks a little bit like, yeah, it's good, nice, but maybe it could be more modern. So I pushed it in a more modern styling, so, and I like this a lot. And then you can go in, you can change the room. I said the glass floor with some lights from the floor, so you can create a different feeling from here to here, in just 1 minute. You come from here to here, and it looks really good. Yeah, so you can go different postures, so, and same stuff but different, and then here more extreme, so I think this is alone really interesting to see how the person is moving in images. Yeah, so it's really really nice just by clicking. And then I said, okay, add one of my favorite cars in the background, this gray Ferrari in the background, and then put the woman on the Ferrari, and have this kind of background. And then at the end, I said, okay, put the DPX Image Lab logo projected on the car. This was my last thing in this fashion thing here, and I liked it a lot, So because it's very easy, and you start with an idea from some graphics, from some words, and you end up here, So, but this shows although the flow you can get into, so it grabs you, and then you do something here and something there. What I wanted to show is this one is good. This is one of our sample images. We have sample images on the top. I can show you soon. And it's not a really good image. It's very blurry. It's not really high resolution and so. But you can, yes, this is the next one. Yeah, so I have to show this one here to this one. One click, so you get this image, from this blurry sketch. And then you can get this just by pressing animation, walk. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, so these are preset buttons. So the video button and the 3D model button are just buttons. You just press the button and you'll get a 3D model. You press the button and you choose your video from a bunch of presets, and off you go. You'll have your video. It's a great way to start having a look at bringing video and sound together. It's really it's very 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 cool to be able to do this. A
Yeah,
lot of
so I'm
fun.
doing just live when you're talking. So I toggled here. We can toggle on here our sample images, toggle on off. We can also toggle on here auto send off on. That means if you do an action, you can before it's sent, you can check your prompt and can change your prompt and do it again. And this is really powerful. Yeah, this was my fashion experience today, and I think it's really nice. So here I had another sketch here, but my images are not really. We can also go here down here, have a look here. I think this was also very interesting. So I did get this image out here and had this sketch running in less than 1 minute. So
Yeah, yeah.
and then you can also crop images, which is good because you want to crop an image sometimes. Let me see. Here's an image. So I crop this one. I think it's if I go to edit, we have this crop function here inside. And then you can choose here, it's a 9 by 16 image. Yeah. So you can choose your size and can just crop your image if you want to do movies for TikTok or so. It's better to have it vertical. But
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
also a nice function here to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. And when we were playing with the fashion and this kind of stuff, I got going on this project. I made a little bit of of animation, video. I posted it on the LinkedIn this week. And it's just fun to take all your clips and stitch them together. I use CapCut because it's pretty easy. But we're working on this kind of video making thing that it's kind of in the lab right now on the backgrounds. I was testing that system out, and I made a movie. I was gonna see if I can play the video. I don't know how well it'll play over the thing, but it's got sound and everything, which came from CapCut. But let me share that, and I'll talk a little bit about how that came to being. Okay, so here's the movie. Okay, you guys see the screen? Yes. Let me get out of the way here. There we go. Here, let me do full screen on it. There we go. Alright, so, just let it play. It's only 26 seconds or something, 30 seconds.
We can't see. I just see a black screen, Philip. I think it's still uploading. It's takes some time maybe. Philip, I don't see it. Maybe we have to do
It's
something else
recorded. It's there. It's there. Okay, so it was playing, so, uh
because I
yeah, yeah, it
didn't.
was playing, no problem. So anyway, that was a bunch of clips, sort of all generated in a sort of creative flow session that began from just looking at this sort of pickup truck version of the Lamborghini that Chris put together, and there was sort of a happy accident in one of the videos, which kind of as it was turning around, it converted from from one version to another. So reversing the clip allowed that to look like it was planned. Again, just sort of being creative. And my daughter in one of her books, she says, when you have lemons, make lemonade. So that's exactly what happened here. And it's pretty fun. I think that's one of the big things about working with this tool and in the way that it works. Your work can be fun and you can be highly productive and move very quickly to create really compelling imagery that can influence, and you can make decisions on it. So here's some of the shots that were generated for that video. There's the woman in the green leaning on, and here's one of the shots. And this was combined into the overall video. And then you know, and then the bull. The idea of a Lamborghini bull. I'd like, okay, the prompt was the car is in a bull ring with a mean and nasty bull facing off of the car. The beautiful model leans casually against the car, staring at the bull nonchalantly. And it did a pretty fantastic job of sort of making this video of this bull who's threatening the car. And so, I just threw that into the end, the last shot. So all these, and then exploring different levels of fashion, different influences from the 60s or Fellini films, getting some really very different and interesting, different compositions and models on the car, changing the background, and doing some animations of this just to see how things go. We're still exploring the tool, and that's why we're giving 250 credits right now for free. You can go in and actually do quite a bit of exploration and begin to learn how this whole system works and the buttons that it works with. I wanted to make some sort of different sort of stylish, fashionable women from the 60s using the prompt was in the style of Fellini, the film director, and I started to get some of these looks a little bit like Sophia Loren, and so got some ideas for images like this, and it was just a lot of fun, just trying lots and lots of different compositions that ended up in that video, and then turning certain bits into animations. This one I kind of
So
like the yeah.
so you can have your product, you make your story, so you change your images, make all your stuff, and then you make a lot of small clips, and then you bring it together. Maybe it adds some nice sound, and then you have a commercial after some hours.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And if there's an element in the image before you animate it that you want to change, you can you're free to change all kinds of things, So, it's just a lot of fun and super exciting to be able to do this. And you just make a bunch of clips and tie them together, throw in some sound, and you've got an animation. I'm not a animator by any means. I'm not a designer either, so I'm not an artist. So I have a creative flair. Every now and then I get to go on a creative bender to do lots of different views and try different things. And it's really about your willingness to explore and try new things and new ideas for changing the prompts, and you can have lots of fun. It's the
I
idea.
I have just a different topic because I just found something because I had to do something here. So I just share my screen shortly
Okay,
and
cool.
show you. I mean, and this is like something totally different, but maybe sometimes you need this.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
It's an old photo with scratches. You see the scratches here on the photo, and then you can go here and say, okay, edit this photo, and then I go to English, and then I just say here. Restore the photo. No, it's that. Wait a second, I write this,
Stick to German,
restore
restore the photo,
the
yeah.
photo, yeah. So that's right in English, so I just press send, let's see. And that's also really interesting. You can also recolor, you can restore the photo, and, it's just a small thing, but sometimes you want to do something special, you want to, get rid of some text, or you want to change a text, or you want to do something, and it allows you so much to do, Look about this, just, one click now, and now I can go in, can say recolor, so let's just have this try and recolor. It's a different, it's not what I do every day, but I think I just wanted to share with the people that you can do all the small things here inside, and you can do big things, It's like it's very interesting to find a lot of different ways, and if you find something, guys, which you like, or you need a button for, or whatever, let us know. I mean, send us in LinkedIn some messages, and we will fix it and do it now it's recolored, so it's like,
Yeah, cool.
oh, yeah, so
Yeah,
just a small
there's many
story.
times, usually there are important times in your life, you need to restore a photo or remove someone or just fix up a photo that you found. This is, normally you'd have to go to Photoshop with a tremendous amount of skill, time, and energy in order to make your photo get back to a decent shape. And here, you just upload the photo and say restore your photo, colorize it, remove the girl, change, remove the handbag, change the position, make her smile, change her clothes. You can do all that as well, with prompts.
Yeah, yeah, so you can do all the crazy stuff like this one, it's like, we just tried something here last week, or last days was it, yeah, so it was really interesting to see what you can do. And, then you have a small animation, like stuff you couldn't do in real, so it's like, yeah, maybe it's fun, but it's turning a wheel. I wanted to test if the car is turning a wheel, and it's turning the wheel, and I know
Yeah,
how difficult this
so cool.
is, to do this, so but it's really interesting to see how this works.
Yeah, it's very cool. And this is the thing, it's so surprising, sometimes the results that you can get,
And now we
every
have
now
the
and then they get a little funny.
yeah, it's a mistake, but at the other hand, it's really cool somehow, so it's like she jumps inside, that's not good, but I mean, the quality and everything happens here is so nice. So this happens
Yeah,
all sometimes with AI, so you have some mistakes, but, on the other hand, you can do stuff like this. You can zoom in to the front logo here and on the red car.
yeah, yeah, amazing, yeah. You got a
Yeah,
new
it's
logo on that new car right there. Yeah,
really interesting to see what you can do, and, for
yeah,
me, it's like color changing, let's drive the car, so change it on different, then yeah, I did this. I just told it, "Please keep the same design language, but create me a quad." And now it's a quad running, on a track without the driver, but okay, we can add also driver. But it looks really cool, yeah, so we did some nice catch stuff and so on, but I think we showed this last week, and there's too many
yeah, yeah,
cars also.
yeah, it's great. Lots of
Okay.
stuff. Alright, so that's, I think we're gonna wrap it today. This was, image chat number 3. We'll be back for image chat number 4 next week, same time.
Yeah,
Thanks
Phil,
for your attention.
I have to say it was really fun to talk with you, and, next week, let's see what we have up next week, so but I'm not surprised we have something new, and we are adding every week now nice features, small features and big features to the software, which is great, and we're trying to keep it as simple as possible still.
Yeah.
That's what I
Alright,
like.
thanks very much, everybody. See you next week.
See you.